Okay, third wine of the month is from Uruguay. So I went from Argentina to Uruguay. I spent time in Montevideo and Canelones, which is near the ocean in the southern or Atlantic region of Uruguay. And I spent time with Pablo Falabrino, who I've known for a few years now, is a really great winemaker, also descendant of Italian immigrants. Really cool guy. Basically like a surf dude winemaker. And when I met him in the vineyard, he came walking from between the rows of vines, wearing a pair of flip flops, and they're getting ready to start harvest down there. I didn't use one of his wines this month because I didn't want to, being March, I didn't want to give two whites, and I'd already used his Tanat for the wine club, and I will use his. He's got a skin contact Gewürztraminer that I will use in an upcoming month, probably as it gets a little bit warmer. So, but I wanted another version of Tanat. Tanat is a southern French grape from Maturin. It's made a very dark and inky wine there, known as the black wine. It's made in a much easier drinking style, still medium to even full bodied in Uruguay, but definitely not as dark and brooding as in this area of France. And I got this Folklore Tinto. Tinto means red. Folklore, see, that's a great picture, right? So the winery is Bodegas Ciro Chapeau. They're like a natural low intervention offshoot of Castel Pujol. And this is a long-standing winery in the north of Uruguay, and not near Montevideo, pretty good distance away. Not one I was able to visit in the time I was there, but got to actually meet with Pia Caro, I believe is her last name, is the winemaker there. And I thought, hey, let's do a female winemaker from the region. It's Women's History Month. I got to meet her in New York back last year. She was in for portfolio tasting for Wine for the World, and we've had wines from Wine for the World imported that specializes in female and indigenous and LGBTQ plus winemakers. And we've had the Aslina wine from South Africa, made by Nsiki Bayala. If you remember, she's the first Black female winemaker in South Africa. So Pia makes this wine, makes all these wines, and to show the distinction, they do these really cool labels. The artist is named Nicholas Alfalfa Sanchez, and they depict animals that are local to where the wines are made, to the winery area in an area called Rivera in Uruguay. This is minimal intervention, very little SO2, unfiltered, unfined. They use native yeast, is sustainably farmed. Tanat has become sort of like what Malbec is to Argentina. Tanat has become like a signature grape in Uruguay. Not only is it in France, but you'll find some really great Tanat being made right now in Virginia, the state of Virginia. But this is a little bit interesting. Low intervention. It's 80% Tanat, 20% Petit Manseng, which is a white grape, also from southern France. Which is also getting, I think, a real stronghold in Virginia. We had the early Mountain Petit Manseng, if you remember, some of you for Wine Club. I think it's a really good wine. So it's a red wine, but it's lighter. It softens it up a bit using the Petit Manseng in that blend. And it's really just like the first press skins that are going in there with the red wine to lighten it up, soften it up a little bit. Give it a little bit higher tone. This is a wine you can chill. This is a wine, slightly or not. This is a wine that I would have with lighter fare. I would have it maybe with some heavier fish. I would have it with lighter meats. Just probably really good chicken dinner kind of a wine, and a really interesting and different expression and winemaking style of Tanat, and really some really great wines. When I tasted through that portfolio with her, first at this big Uruguay wine seminar that was run by the government of Uruguay's wine council, a woman who oversees that did this event at hotel in the city. And then the next day at the Wine for the World portfolio tasting, where I got to actually spend some more time with her. So, and talk more about what they're doing down there. So that is wine number 3. We will go back and visit Uruguay again sometime in the next few months, and I'll bring in that skin contact Gewürztraminer from Pablo Falabrino. But again, this is Folklore Tinto, and it is from Bodegas Cerro Chapo in Uruguay. That's it. That was my vacation. See you guys around campus.